I'm Mary Grace. I came to Seeds because I was told I had type 2 diabetes.
My name's Peter. I've always been very conscious about my health and my fitness. Unfortunately, have had health issues. I've had cardiovascular health issues with kidney disease, and I had my fair share of issues.
Diabetes really affected me in the sense that I know from my medical history that this was quite serious and that I needed to do something about it. It was starting to make me gain weight. My energy was quite low. I was starting to struggle with just doing day-to-day things.
Every day, midday, I felt like I would have to have a nap and have a sleep and just to get through. I felt myself snacking a lot to try and just get enough energy, drinking lots of coffee.
My doctor referred me to a dietitian, but I was quite skeptical because why is a dietitian telling me to eat carbs when I have a carb metabolism problem?
Both my cardiologist and my nephrologist said you need to go on a plant-based diet because eating all of these animal products is no good for you.
We had started doing a keto diet. We're doing that for quite some time, but I guess because of the health challenges that we had individually and collectively, we were really looking for a solution for both of us, because a keto diet isn't a plant-based diet that Peter's cardiologist and nephrologist had recommended, and yet I didn't know how to do diabetes unless I went keto. So I couldn't understand how we could meet both of our needs at the same time.
We did a lot of searching, read a lot of books, and to our surprise, it was just take your tablets and just be happy with it.
So I overheard a conversation by two other people in my exercise physiology class, and I heard them talking about a program, a plant-based program, an improvement of your overall health, so all kinds of different health conditions, and I thought, this is exactly what I've been looking for.
I literally signed up a week or two before it started. It was a complete shock and a surprise when I came here the first night and learnt that I had to give up everything.
When we did start, one of the biggest challenges for us was really around giving up coffee, which probably sounds like you don't realise how much you use that to stimulate your everyday.
Coffee and beer and all the foods I love.
That was really tough, but doing it with somebody else was probably the saving part of it, because you didn't feel like you were alone in that journey.
For me, not what we're eating, it's the type of food, the nutrition that's in the food, and there's the big change.
So for me, the turning point was probably around week 4. I had started to eat carbs, and I had realised that eating carbs in combination with exercise kept my blood sugar stable, and that it was a manageable option, and that we could go plant-based and it would be effective for us. So some of the gains that I particularly noticed were the energy levels. My energy was much more consistent through the day.
The energy level was by far probably one of the biggest goals and the opportunity that I started with, which big tick. Look, I mean, I didn't need coffee at all. I was just springing through the days.
I slept a lot better because my daily routines were easier to manage without all those highs and lows. And I found that being able to come and be part of a community and learn together was this big positive for me, because it wasn't just me or us on this journey. There were other people that were learning as well, and we were learning from each other.
Yeah, so when I started the CHIP program, they send you for a scan, and you look at all of your stats and your figures and your BMIs and your weights and all that sort of normal stuff, but they also test your visceral fat content. Now, I've never been called overweight in all my life, but the results came back that I was overweight. They said I was carrying 5.2 kilograms of visceral fat. So all that visceral fat was around all my vital organs. And so I went through the program, did the same test at the end of it, and absolutely amazing, lost all of that visceral fat. And so without that, was still on the keto diet today, I think, yeah, I'd be in trouble.
And we've found that on the whole, it hasn't been as hard as I thought it would be. But having the cookbook made it a lot easier. And I found having the cooking component of this chick program was a real benefit, because it actually helped me see what I could cook and then start to adapt some recipes as well.
What I found is that the more I keep with the program and the more I stick with the basics of whole foods and plant-based foods, the easier it becomes. We often reflect, particularly at breakfast, or we'll have lunch, and we'll honestly find ourselves saying the like, we have this same meal all the time, but wow, isn't it yummy?
We feel like we're spoiling ourselves because we're buying really nice fruit and vegetables, and it just makes the meals so much nicer.
From my experience, it is something that's very, very near and dear to my heart. Not just because of the rewards I've got from it, but the rewards of with my partner and what I can sort of see it can do to the whole community.
Yeah, if I had to say something to someone who was thinking about it but not sure, I'd say do it. Love yourself enough to do it. Do it for yourself. Do it for your kids. Do it for your partner. Do it for your family. It's a way of loving yourself and really prioritizing yourself. And you won't regret it, because there are no downsides to CHIP. There's no downsides to being part of a community that eats wholesome plant-based foods. That's great for the environment, great for yourself. And yeah, it's something that you can sustain. And I'd say do it.